Sunday night, but work never stops. First of all, Virgil Ortiz versus McKinson, fight week. We can't wait at the Galen Center, live on the Zone. It's going to be a great fight. Ryan Garcia, April 9th, his big return. Tickets are almost sold out in San Antonio. It's going to be a great fight. And Jaime Munguia versus Charlo. Look, listen, we want the fight, obviously. And Charlo's the champion. He gets the bigger cut. We all know that. That's common sense. Showtime, yes, you have the fight on Showtime pay-per-view, but I need the Zone to participate. They built Jaime Munguia. That's only fair. It's business. More platforms, more pay-per-views, more money for the fighters. What's wrong with that?
Oscar De La Hoya says, for all the idiots who don't know ish about boxing, Kelly was up on all the scorecards, and this is a real threat to anyone at 160 pounds. Congratulations to Jaime Munguia. And now we will haunt Jermall Charlo every day until Daddy Al Heyman, lets him fight. Wow. Now, you guys seen the clip I played at the beginning? What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I played the clip at the beginning. That was Oscar a few months ago when he got in the way of the Showtime fight with Jaime Munguia and Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo, he was supposed to fight Selecki this month, and then the fight got postponed because he's injured. Now Oscar De La Hoya's talking big stuff and saying Daddy Al and we're going to haunt Charlo. There's no reason to haunt him if you could have made the fight. You could have made the fight on Showtime. Showtime put up the bid. Steven Espinoza, when he did the kickoff, he did a segment with Brian Custer when they were announcing Gervonta Davis's next fight, Errol Spence versus Ugas, and Charlo Selecki, Charlo Castano 2, and this great rollout of boxing fights. Steven Espinoza confirmed, hey, we tried to make the fight. We placed a bid. There was no bid from DAZN, and basically Oscar De La Hoya came out with this 11th hour request saying that DAZN had to be involved. And I already told you, DAZN don't even know how to run their own pay-per-view. Look at the Canelo pay-per-view. If you watch Canelo's last pay-per-view with Bevo, and keep in mind, this is the same company that says there weren't going to be no pay-per-views. They said pay-per-view is dead. Showtime's dead meat. Give it 12 months. Guys like Eddie Hearn, the front man for DAZN, they were saying this. They even invested money making commercials with Tracy Morgan. Bye pay-per-view. And they did all these things to taunt the competition. Eddie Hearn said DAZN will take over in the American boxing scene, etc. Now, when all these threats didn't pan out, saying that Showtime was going to be kaput and out of business and pay-per-view was dead, now you want to can't beat them, join them. So that's just a bad look for DAZN. But as I was saying, Canelo versus Bevo, there was a lot of technical issues and audio was going in and out. Certain parts were muted and weren't mic'd up. They had their stream in 720p for a while. It might still be that way. Why would Showtime need to work with DAZN when they're putting up the money? Furthermore, De La Hoya was on Ariel Helwani's show, and listen.
Casual fans, before July 16th, is there a date, a fight coming up on the Golden Boy calendar that we should look out for? Tell us something. Put your promoter hat on here for a second. And what's a fight that maybe we're not talking about that the MMA fans over here watching this show would be like, damn, I need to see that? Is there something that comes to mind?
Yeah, so I have Jaime Munguia fighting this Saturday, actually at the Honda Center. We'll have like 12,000 people there. It's gonna be. He's fighting actually. I don't even know who the hell he is, who he's fighting.
Wow.
Or maybe the casual fans before July 16th.
Wow, he said.
Is there a?
So I have Jaime Munguia. We'll have like 12,000 people there. It's gonna be. He's fighting actually.
He said we don't even. He's putting on the card. He's the lead promoter. He said he don't even know who he's fighting. Wow.
I don't even know who the hell he is.
It's over. And now you're trying to taunt Charlo off of Jaime Munguia beating the Kelly guy, and you're calling people idiots. And you said before the fight to Ariel Helwani that you don't even know who Jaime Munguia is fighting. I love my job. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So I'm not impressed. I didn't actually get to see the fight, but I have some close confidants, and they said that the Jimmy Kelly guy was doing good and beating Jaime Munguia, and Munguia didn't look great in the fight. And then he turned it around with a knockout. So really, off of the commentary that I've seen on Twitter, and then some of my close confidants that told me, that watched it, they said that Jaime Munguia, he didn't look anything sensational. So to say all this, oh, get your daddy. I mean, De La Hoya is almost 50 years old. He'll be 50 next year, and he's almost 50 years old using like schoolyard, juvenile insults. Go get your daddy. And, it's just weird. This is a guy that has his own promotional company, former fighter, gold medalist, great fighter. And he's talking with like schoolyard insults. And he's now trying to switch the narrative. And he's saying, hey, go get your daddy, Al Heyman. But it was Oscar that got in the way of Munguia and Charlo happening. So you can't do the tough talk after you got in the way and blocked the fight. You know what I mean? That don't make sense. And then furthermore, from what I understand with the performance, it's really not the type of performance. First of all, you don't even know who he fought. He fought Rory from Joe Budden podcast. You know what I'm saying? De La Hoya don't even know who it was, right? So fans are supposed to get excited over that, and you don't even know who the opponent is, and then you're calling out Jermall Charlo. Another thing that makes no sense from De La Hoya's perspective is this: Jermall Charlo is clearly the A side in that equation. Jaime Munguia at 160 is the mandatory for Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. He didn't fight him, right? Jermall Charlo has a WBC belt because Canelo payday. You want payday. I know that. Canelo didn't fight him. So Charlo has a bigger profile and he has a belt. He's clearly the A side in that equation. So why would Showtime or Charlo's handlers be at De La Hoya's bequest? Why would they do what Oscar De La Hoya once done, or Jaime Munguia? That's typically not how it works. And see, old media tries to play tricks, and they try to play a lot of games, because when Canelo is clearly the A side over certain guys, it seems to be universally and unanimously understood in the world of boxing. But then when you have other fighters, oftentimes like black fighters, that are clearly the A side in that equation, now all of a sudden all the A side and leverage and the business of boxing, none of that matters anymore. All that's out the window, just make the fight. But that's just not how it happens. If that was the case, there's a ton of guys like Benavidez and Charlo who were chomping at the bit to Canelo, and Canelo didn't select them. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Charlo is clearly the A side over Jaime Munguia for several reasons. Him being a champion being one of them. Him having a bigger profile, fighting guys like even Sergey Deryevchenko. I haven't really seen Jaime Munguia. De La Hoya just told you himself he didn't even know who this guy that Munguia just knocked out was. I don't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's cool. But Zurdo and Jaime Munguia, I think fans are getting to a point where they want to see him step up and fight a higher class of fighters to show who they really are. Charlo would be that and could be that, but De La Hoya got in the way of that. So to me, this just looks desperate. And then with De La Hoya calling Al Heyman Daddy Al Heyman and saying Charlo grow a pair and all this stuff, I don't really see how it gets him closer to the fights he's saying he wants for his fighters. Munguia, Charlo, Ryan Garcia, and Gervonta Davis. You want to work with Al Heyman, but you keep dishing out and trying to dunk on him and insult him. That's not really a way to do smart business with somebody. So to me, it all looks like cap, and it looks like a decoy, and you have no intentions of making these fights. You're just trying to make a show more than make the fight. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm the best in the business. Please subscribe. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.